I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. A tornado ripped through suburban Omaha, Nebraska, going through farmland and subdivisions. There are injuries reported.
We've had tornadoes that have been confirmed around the Columbus area over towards Schuyler. Then we've had them down towards the Lincoln area. This is that one that became that massive wedge tornado that's now stretching in across parts of Iowa. If you're anywhere along that Missouri River area right now, be very careful, especially headed in towards Iowa. This is going to be with us all the way through Sunday.
Fox meteorologist Rick Reichman with the Omaha Public Power District reports nearly 10,000 customers were without power in the Omaha area. Former President Trump responding after President Biden told Howard Stern this morning that he would be willing to debate.
I've invited Biden to debate. He can do it anytime he wants, including tonight.
Trump with the comments during a break in his hush money trial where 3 prosecution witnesses took the stand today, including former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker, who talked about his efforts to protect Trump by not publishing embarrassing stories about him in the run-up to the 2016 election. A proposed ban on menthol cigarettes is on hold once again.
A statement from Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra says the agency will need significantly more time to make a decision on banning menthol cigarettes. Becerra says it's clear there are still more conversations to have. The rule was championed by anti-smoking advocates but posed potential backlash from black voters. According to the FDA, about 11% of adults smoke, evenly divided between white and black Americans. But about 80% of black smokers smoke menthol, which the FDA says masks the harshness of smoking and makes it harder to quit. Flavored cigarettes have been banned in the U.S. since 2009, with the exception of menthol.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. America is listening to Fox News.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name Clay as the promo code at LifeLock.com.
There's no improvement in the latest readings on inflation.
Prices rose more than expected on an annual basis last month. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Index and inflation reading rose 2.7% for the year ending in March, up 2.8% for the year excluding food and energy. The monthly increases were in line with expectations, up 0.3%, which matches the previous month. Also, Americans were making a little more last month. Incomes rose 0.5%. Spending was up 0.8%. Ginny Cosola, Fox News.
King Charles III will resume public duties next week after undergoing cancer treatment, Buckingham Palace says. The palace says Charles will visit a cancer treatment center on Tuesday. Federal prosecutors in Louisiana say 2 men collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in Social Security benefits from a dead woman for more than 2 decades.
The U.S. Department of Justice is now charging 2 60-year-old men from New Orleans with stealing Social Security checks from a dead woman in order to pay for cars, doctor bills, and even the utilities at a vacation property in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Neely B. Hargis and Joseph T. Trotta are accused of keeping Social Security benefit funds for a woman who previously lived in their home in New Orleans. The woman died in 1999, but prosecutors say the pair kept depositing checks through July of 2020, totaling nearly $450,000. Both face up to 50 years in prison.
Fox's Evan Brown. A British tourist is in a hospital after a shark attacked in the southwestern Caribbean, prompting the government of Trinidad and Tobago to close 7 beaches and a marine park. The man is in intensive care. Last year, there were 69 unprovoked shark attacks and 22 provoked bites worldwide, as according to a Florida organization that tracks shark bites. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
From the Sierra Radio Network Newsroom, I'm Andrea Drake. It's 5:05. Here are your upcoming local and regional news headlines. The new Michaela Center opens in Lassen County, offering child abuse victims a safe haven to speak up. While Rural Heroes Plumas County Search and Rescue saves 2 trapped men in the mud. While midweek thunderstorms trigger the Colville Fire in the Lassen National Forest. While U.S. Copper Corps withdraws its vested rights application for the Ingalls Superior Mine. And Honey Lake Valley Community Pool is set to hold a logo design contest. The stories behind the headlines coming up for you at the bottom of the hour. Now to Amanda and Aaron for Live at 5.
Good evening. You're listening to Live at 5 with Amanda and Aaron on your only local news radio station, KJDX, KSUE, Susanville, Portola, Quincy, and Chester. Tonight we have lots of fun stuff to talk about, like how can we fix that toxic relationship of yours? Well, if you have one. Also, we'll be calling out 2 people to qualify for that Cabo San Lucas cruise, so stay right here because you might hear your name. And we already had our first big winner today, Roland Dowden. Congrats to him. So you could be the next one, so listen up. Keep it right here, and all this and much more right after this break, along with your local weather.
Home should be the place you want to return to after a long day. Maybe a place that's just minutes from some of the most serene and natural wonders in the world, like waterfalls or volcanoes. Home should offer you a lifestyle with golfing, horseback riding, biking, hiking, fishing, and more. If this sounds too good to be true, it's right here in Susanville, the home that has something for everyone. Find out more about our wonderful town on our Facebook page at City of Susanville. Susanville, California, the home of your dreams.
Got the urge to get away? We mean really get away. We have just a ticket, an awesome vacation aboard Princess to Cabo San Lucas. It's our annual vacation getaway. Here's where to register.
Seneca Healthcare District, Diamond Mountain Casino, Diamond Mountain Mini Mart, Red Hot Pizza, Payless Building Supply, Honey Lake Cafe and Deli, Town and Country Real Estate, Canna Junction, Lassen Auto Repair, Lassen Nursery and Rehabilitation.
Keep it here to hear your name announced on the air and then call us to qualify for our next drawing to sunny Cabo, only from your official vacation station.
Are you a graduating senior or a returning college student? If so, you are invited to apply for the LMUD Community Scholarship. LMUD will award 3 scholarships to deserving students whose primary residence is served by the utility. Visit lmud.org to download the scholarship application. Some restrictions and limitations apply. Please submit applications to the LMUD office located at 65 South Roop Street by April 29th. For questions or more information, please give us a call at 257-4174.
We are blessed to live in our beautiful Susanville area. We're also lucky to have a locally owned supermarket dedicated to community with service you know and trust. Susanville Supermarket IGA. Fresh cut meats and vegetables and quality IGA products that help you save even more.
It's the private label sale this week at your IGA. Green leaf lettuce, 99 cents each. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bags, just $2.89. Best Yet or IGA mayo, 30-ounce jars, $3.99. Best Yet or IGA salad dressings, selected varieties, 2 for $3. Best Yet cheese slices, selected varieties, 2 packages for $6. Best Yet or IGA mac and cheese, 2 boxes for $1. And Best Yet or IGA water, 24 packs, $2.99 plus CRV.
Now offering Instacart. Shopping has never been easier at your hometown IGA. Sign up, shop, check out, and delivered. 7 days a week on Grant Avenue and SusanvilleSupermarket.com. Like them on Facebook. Susanville Supermarket IGA, your hometown proud supermarket.
It doesn't matter where you are. In case you missed your local and regional news and want to keep up with what's going on at home, Andrea keeps you current day or night, weekends or holidays, with her daily digital newsletter highlighting all of your local news happenings. And it's as close as your mobile device, arriving every morning at 8 a.m. Get your free subscription today by visiting SierraDailyNews.com, just in case you missed it.
When our kids thrive, our community thrives. From confidence and resilience to team building and character development, sports can build a strong foundation for success on and off the field. That's why Hat Creek Construction, located in beautiful Susanville, has proudly supported and invested in North State youth programs like high school sports, FFA, and 4-H for over 50 years. Visit us at hatcreekconstruction.com.
There is a lot of excitement at Susanville Auto Center with the arrival of all-electric vehicles. More choices than ever before with Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, and Ford. Now showing at their exciting new showroom, Highway 395 and Richmond Road. Or visit them at SusanvilleAutoCenter.com.
Lassen Municipal Utility District is dedicated to connecting and supporting the community we serve by providing safe, reliable, and sustainable service. To learn more about our mission statement, visit us at lmud.org. You and LMUD, more powerful together.
Alrighty, the time is currently 5:10, and it's time to take a look at that 3-day Northeastern California weather. Outside the studio, it is currently a crisp 49 degrees. What was that hail earlier? That didn't come up in my freaking readerologist set. Anyways, so this is what it says. Tonight we got a slight chance of showers with a low of 34. Saturday, increasing clouds are going to be rolling on in with a high of 65, and then they're going to decrease in the evening with a low of 37. On Sunday, it's going to be nice and sunny with a high about at 68. It's going to be clear in the evening and a low of 38. And Monday, looking pretty sunny out there, not too hot, high of 67, mostly clear in the evening and a low of 35. Your full weather forecast is always found on our website, SierraDailyNews.com, or our app, Sierra Daily News, for Android and Apple. Go get it right now, or you're missing out, because you can go on there and you can push a little button and there's like little pictures of us on there.
That's what they want.
Yeah. Someone said, that doesn't look like you. I said, I have a lot of makeup on, okay? Speaking of no makeup, or makeup, I have less makeup on now, a lot less. And today is no makeup day.
No makeup day.
I did not
check that box. I got that one
He
down.
can check it. I can't, because I worked.
You see me on the weekends. Today, took a break.
I know. I just... one day. We'll see. Actually, today there's a lot of special days today.
There is.
But we got to kick off this part of the show first. Yeah, that's right.
Because we got to give them time to call in.
We got to give them time. It's that time to qualify another listener to become eligible to win our next Princess Cruise to Cabo San Lucas. Did you guys know someone won today? See, that could be you next. We're drawing our qualifier from our registrations received at our sponsor locations. This hour, that person is Stacy Lee, who registered at Honey Lake Deli in Janesville. You have 12 minutes and 40 seconds to call 530-257-8255 to qualify for our next cruise to Cabo. Again, call 530-257-8255. The clock is running, so call us now. Again, we have drawn the name of Stacy Lee. She's from Portola. And good luck from your official vacation station. I hope you make it. You got 12 minutes. So we're going to say 25:40. Okay. Boom.
Job.
That's how we do it around here.
Yeah, Roland. What was his last name?
Dowden. He won the first trip. We're giving away 3 trips, guys, okay? He just won the first one today. And so you still have a chance to win one. See, you saw that it's possible.
Roland is
Yes.
going to be a passenger princess. He's going to be a passenger
On the
aboard a Princess cruise line. See?
He's always using my lines, people. My lines. I'm not a passenger princess. I'm not even a passenger, so.
I'm sure someone drives you around.
No one drives me around.
I drive you around when we do our surveys.
Oh, you do drive. Oh, that's right. And you buy me avocado toast.
And I did buy you some avocado toast.
And Red Bull and my Red Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't remember that, but I remember the... Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was like, what?
Gotta have something to wash it down.
Yep.
Hey, our guest. Hey, turn down your phone, guest.
Yeah, we have no guest. That was Aaron. I'm out him. I'm going to turn mine on silent, too.
Speaking of doing our surveys, we will be at the Children's Fair, you and I.
Yes, the duo. Woo-hoo.
We're going to be doing some live remotes, and we're also going to be surveying the youngsters.
That sounded like Michael Jackson when I said, woo-hoo.
I'm going to get you a white glove.
We're going to be out there at the Children's Fair doing our thing. We're going to have bumper stickers, and I think we're giving away, and we're going to have a wheel.
We're going to have a wheel. You spin the wheel, you get something.
Yeah, we like doing that fun stuff.
And we'll also be asking some kids some fun survey questions.
Kids are so fun. When we went to the school, we had fun with them.
We did.
I look forward to it.
They loved you.
Oh, my goodness.
They're like, you're the lady from Swap Shop?
Yeah.
Man, they swarmed you.
Yeah.
They're all excited about Swap Shop Lady.
I was like, hey, how do you, I had only been on Swap Shop for like a few weeks too. I was like,
that don't matter.
I was like, how do you guys know me?
Like, yeah, that's Amanda. I'm like, that is Amanda from Swap Shop.
They're so cute. Kids are cute.
I'm like, who are you again? I'm like, I'm just the other guy.
Richmond was fun.
Richmond was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, what other days are today?
Today is remember your first kiss day. Is that right?
Oh yeah, do you remember your first kiss?
I do.
Because you married her, didn't you?
I married her.
Oh my goodness, who does that? No, I'm just kidding.
I did. I knew what I wanted. I made sure it happened.
Bam, that's how
you go.
Put it in place.
Yeah, I remember because she was always flirting with me. She's always flirting with me, and we were at school. I was like, you know what? I remember that night, I'm like, I'm gonna go for it tomorrow. I'm just gonna
plan it.
Yeah, I planned it. It was planned. I would say I was more spontaneous, but no, something like that. I planned it.
You planned it.
And I planned it. So when she kind of did her little flirt as she walked off, I was like, wait a minute, and I pulled her in, and
like a movie.
Yep, and I planted it. And it was kind of funny because it was my first time. It was just because I told her about this, so I cleared it. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I tell this story? She's like, I don't care. But she really didn't know how to kiss. Even though I was not her first kiss, she was mine. It seemed like she didn't know what to do. I was like,
I love it.
And so I was like, afterward, and in the middle of it, I was like, do I go with what she's doing? Do I just keep doing what I'm doing? Because again, I'm a kid. I was like 16 years old. I was like, I'm just going to go with it. Just keep doing what I'm doing. And then the next thing you know, I'm saying this as if it took like minutes, but it was like seconds. I'm like, okay, there you go.
The lead up.
And I just turned it off. I went to the class. And I was like, I walked away and I was like, I'm gonna have to teach her how to kiss.
Oh gosh.
and I will say, the student has become the master.
Oh Lord, goodness gracious!
She's a much better kisser than I.
Well, that's a good thing because you stayed with her. So
there you go. Do you remember your first kiss?
Mine's not a cute little lovey story, but I'll tell it.
What kind of story is it?
I was in like junior high.
Okay.
And we used to remember there's all the the kissing games the spin the bottle and all that. Well, there was a game called Suck and Blow, and it was because you had to pass a paper between your mouth. So you had to, and I was like, I did not want to play this game because I was really at this time I hadn't really started to I didn't really talk to boys yet or anything. I was kind of kept to myself, and my friends were like, come on, let's play this game. And I remember this boy, he doesn't live around or anything. We called him RS, and
okay.
And I remember I always thought he was so cute, and he was next to me, and I was like, oh my gosh, don't drop the paper, because I was like, I wasn't ready to be in that awkward situation.
Yeah.
And the paper dropped, and it happened.
Sure it did.
It did.
It just happened.
Actually, I think it was his fault that the paper dropped. So, yeah, that was it, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And I remember thinking,
lips with another man.
I remember thinking, so I guess that was your first kiss. Huh?
Really? Well, what was the first kiss that you were excited about?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I have to think.
You've never been excited, or you had so many of them?
No,
which is it?
That stuck in my head because of the situation. I'd have to really think about which one I was excited about.
First boyfriend, maybe?
The first real boyfriend I had. Yeah, I think I was excited about
No?
Yeah, I guess. We had a really bad relationship, so I was like,
okay.
I guess, in the moment, I was all wrapped up in him, so yeah, I guess it was.
Okay, it was exciting at the time.
At the time. Okay, I remember there was one boy I was really excited to kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in high school, and he was the quarterback of the football team, and he became quarterback of the varsity team when he was a freshman.
Check you out, Miss Popular.
No, I was not. And I remember I was and he was but he was that kid that was popular since he was born, And this went on through every grade. He just got more. Everyone knew his name. Everyone, it was him. I'm not gonna say his name. And I remember when I kissed him, I was like, oh, "Look at me."
Yeah, I just kissed the most popular guy in school.
I did, and I was
somebody now.
I thought I was.
Yeah.
But it's funny because then you look back at these people now, and you're like, "Oh."
Yeah. You mean looking back at their pictures or looking at how they are now?
Looking at him now. I'm like, oh, he ain't that football player no more.
We're all aging.
I know. I was like, oh, I can't, some of us age better than others.
Just rub it in.
I'm just joking. But
no, you're not.
I was just like, they always say, like, the super popular people, like, look at them in, like, 10, 20 years or whatever, and they're like, they're not that anymore, It's not even because of their looks or anything. It's just sometimes,
Sometimes the road was rough.
The road was rough. That's a good way to put it,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That was... Mine aren't all lovey-dovey. I'm sorry.
Did you miss out on a kiss? Like, hey, I've always wanted to kiss that person.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh, is there a list?
I'm not going to say his name. Okay. So in junior high, I had this huge crush on this boy, okay? And he had his best friend. I was really good friends with him too. Mm-hmm. So I would always go to him and be like, and say his name and everything. And I even... Just say it's not like he lives around here.
I know. I'm going to say, people don't know him.
His name was Kyle, okay?
Okay.
And me and my friend, like, when we would all get together, we would talk about our crushes and everything. And we were like, let's make folders on them and, like, put all our notes and all our stuff. And so mine was called the Kyle file.
I remember you talking about this. You mentioned this.
And I always was like, he was just like my dream crush that never happened, And I remember one time we went to the movies in a group, and he needed a ride, and he asked me. If my mom could. And so, because we were in junior high.
Did your mom give you a ride?
He did. And it was like the best moment ever.
Really?
I was like, oh my gosh, Kyle's in my car. And then, he broke my heart. You know how he broke my heart?
How did he break
So, I was just like, I was just like, oh, it's Kyle. And then, it was like Halloween, I think. Everyone was going out, and I was in trouble, and I couldn't go. And then that night, late at night, I get a call, and my best friend's crying. People were all like, oh my gosh, you're going to be so upset. I was like, what? He asked my best friend out, and she said yes. And I was like, not Kyle! And she's like, I'm breaking up with him right now. I don't even like him. I just felt bad and said yes, but I don't know why. And I always remembered that. And I was like...
And she knew.
She knew.
She knew you liked him.
She knew I had a Kyle
she broke
file
the
on
girl
him.
file.
She did. And she made up for it later.
The girl code.
Like, we were young, and she was like, I don't even like him. But everyone said, say yes, say yes, say yes. And I said yes, and I shouldn't have.
I kind of get that.
And we were in junior high. And it's different when you're adults. And
is it though sometimes?
Oh, maybe if you're junior high-ish. But yeah, she was like, but it was funny because I never ended up ever talking to him. But after that happened, I lost a lot of interest.
You should look him up.
Oh, I have.
Oh, you have?
I did.
As soon as the divorce cleared?
No.
Where's Kyle at?
No, because people, remember I told you I was really good friends with his friend. Okay. And I'm friends with him on Facebook. And so, he popped up on our mutual friends. And I was like, oh, there he is. Like, he's so good looking.
See, is he single?
He is not. He is just a good looking man. So, he's a good looking, taken man. I was like, good for him. Great.
You should keep a watch on him because things change.
I am not going to
Status has changed.
No, because he's always going to be Kyle file. Like, I can't let go of that. That sounds crazy.
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of fun. It is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun story if you guys ever get together.
I think I was like in 7th grade. I'm going to pass on that. We're going to let Kyle go. But yeah, so that was my kiss story. How did we get like 3 stories out of me?
There you go. I got to keep digging deeper and deeper.
Oh, I guess, because it's just so interesting. The life of me, not really.
Oh no, you're very interesting. That's why I keep asking you questions.
Okay.
I did have somebody yesterday,
yes,
from today, who commented on yesterday's show.
Okay.
Because we have a few more.
What'd they have to say?
They were talking about.
Yeah, because we're going to fix your toxic relationship in part 2 of the show.
Part 2.
Yes.
But we're reviewing part, 1 or 2 of last night's show.
Heck yeah, we got to touch base.
So someone commented on, they're like, hey, your show last night? I'm like, yeah. You guys are talking about cell phones and how women, and cell phones. I'm like, yeah. He's like, and I don't want to out this guy because I don't want him to out his wife or whatever. Mm-hmm. But he's like, I just hope reincarnation is real. I was like, okay, why is that? He's like, because I really want to come back as my wife's phone. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, she'll pay attention to me. She'll never take her eyes off of me. She'll listen to things I have to say, and she'll rub my belly all day long.
That's the best.
I was like, interesting. That's not a bad plan, brother. Not a bad plan. He's like, yep.
So you have a question from that?
I do have a question on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know, because I'm the guy, so
Yeah.
I have my perspective, my bias, the way I look at things.
Mhm.
But I'm curious to know if I'm wrong. Because I think women spend more time on their phone than men, but am I wrong?
I think it depends on the person, because some people play like a lot of games on their phone and stuff and like are always on it. Some people literally just use it for like what they need it for. Phone calls, texts, that's it, you know. I think it varies from person to person, because some people do all their business on their phone. Plus,
that's true too.
And then they have the social media, so them together. But you know, you can go on your phone and it'll tell you how much time you spend on your phone and in what section.
Yes, I actually like that. That's pretty interesting. I do that.
And I have actually been on my phone a lot less, because I don't even like to go through my emails anymore, just because I feel like I think my phone's going out. So
Probably wearing it out.
Yeah.
You need some liquid cooling system put on there or something.
But I like, especially with work schedule and everything, I don't really have as much time for it. But who's on phones more, women or men?
That's what I'm curious to know. And what are they doing? Because if it's work related, that's one thing. I'm talking about people who do Facebook or shopping or video games, that kind of stuff. What would you say? Do you think men or women?
It might be women. I don't know.
My perspective, I just see more women do it than men. But that's my own
But then there's sometimes
world.
men just can't help but pick up that phone. Even if it's for a few seconds or to check something or, whatever.
Right.
I think we all do it though. We all just can't help picking up that phone for a second and getting into something and getting off. And, but I have, remember I was telling you before, a lot of us used to have to wait till our minutes were free after 9 o'clock, and we used to all
some of us who had phones.
I had a phone, yeah. I also had 2 pagers in junior high.
Like you're a drug dealer.
I don't know who paged me. I don't think anyone did. Maybe my mom.
But you had that look. You have 2 pagers, not just one.
I had one. No, I had 1 pager and it got stolen, so then I got another pager.
Okay.
And funny thing, you think about pagers, you had to go run and find a phone.
Right.
And then I used to have this cell phone that it was bright and pink. It looked like a circus was going off, and
really?
Everyone had different ringtones. And remember, we used to pay extra money, so when people called you, music was playing on the other end.
Oh yes.
And then we used to pay for ringtones, and oh my gosh, it's funny because now it's I feel like no one really does it. Very rarely you'll see
that
it.
Was the MySpace days.
MySpace, when your page used to play music.
Yeah, you used to hey, this is who I am. You spend hours when people come to MySpace,
they're gonna
they'll
know
who I am.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I want to put myself forward. Yeah.
Well, Stacy did not call in time, so. But next half hour, we will be calling another name. So the next person still has a chance. And we're going to tell you, I'm really curious, when we get into this, is how to fix a toxic relationship. We know, you might be sitting there right now and be like,
is it the blind?
What?
Leading the blind.
It is the blind leading the blind on this show. But we're going to go ahead and tell you what the experts say. And
so not us. But we're going to do commentary.
We are readerologists on all.
Readerologists? Check you out with the big words.
That's what we do with the weather. That's what we do with all this. We just give our commentary along with it. That's the part where it's questionable. But but yeah, we're going to tell you, what do we, and then we'll put our 2 cents in, because that's what we do around here, and we'll talk about toxicness.
Did you read it beforehand at all?
I have not.
See?
I love it.
Sometimes I'm like, well, what are we getting into?
I'm like, we don't know. I printed it out. I didn't read it. I like to do it on air live, and you guys get our first initial reaction.
Okay.
So that's the most authentic.
But sometimes I think you need to think about stuff. I'm slow. You're quick.
I'm not quick.
That's why I have to come back the next day. I'm like, Amanda, you were right about that.
Oh, I love when people tell me I'm right because I already knew it. Someone's calling. We don't have time, though.
Just take it. Take it.
All right. Let's see. Oh, they hung up.
Oh,
all
see. Right. Call back. After news.
After the news. We got to go let Andrea do her thing where she tells you what's going on around. Here's what's happening. And then we'll do some weather and we'll be back.
With your local and regional news from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom, here's what's happening. Child advocates of Lassen County marked a crucial step in aiding abused children with the opening of the new Michaela Center. Lassen County District Attorney Melissa Rios emphasized the necessity of relocating the center away from the busy district offices.
It has been a goal for me for the last 5 years to move that out of our office to its own off-site location where we can afford these families and these children more privacy. They're not coming into our workspace and being disrupted by our day-to-day activities. Lassen County Office of Ed had a vacant building and they leased it to us through our grant. We're very grateful to them for that opportunity. We are now at 1410 Chestnut Street.
Since its inception, 175 victims have received support symbolized by butterflies in the center's hall, signifying transformation. The interview room, adorned with a soft lilac hue, features a quote from Michaela, the center's namesake, alongside minimal furnishings and comforting toys. Trained interviewers conduct sessions following strict guidelines to ensure integrity in court proceedings. A discreetly located observation room also allows law enforcement, social workers, and prosecutors to monitor those interviews without disturbing the victims or families. The room features a display of framed booking photos of convicted offenders, reinforcing the center's commitment to justice. The new center aims to provide a safe haven for abused children to share their experiences, fostering healing and accountability for perpetrators. Plumas County search and rescue team saved 2 people trapped in the mud when the Office of Emergency Services alerted the team of an emergency beacon activation near Dixie Valley Road. Upon arrival, the search and rescue team discovered 2 elderly men aged 76 and 81 trapped in a vehicle that had become immobilized in the mud. Additionally, a U.S. Forest Service employee had also responded to the scene but found themselves also ensnared in the unforgiving terrain. Despite the challenging conditions, SAR swiftly initiated rescue operations. Utilizing winches, they successfully extricated both vehicles from the mud, allowing the stranded individuals to return home safely. The incident serves as a reminder of the invaluable role played by emergency responders in rural areas, specifically in adverse weather conditions and difficult terrain. The prompt and efficient response of the first responders ensured a swift resolution to the situation, preventing any serious consequences. Authorities have not disclosed the identities of the rescued individuals, but they have expressed gratitude for the collaborative effort between law enforcement, emergency services, and local agencies that facilitated the successful rescue operation. Midweek thunderstorms did result in at least 1 fire on the Hat Creek Ranger District in the Lassen National Forest. Forest officials say the fire, named the Coble Fire, was 1/10 of an acre and was located on the Hat Creek Rim near Coble Mountain. It has been fully contained and controlled. Over 40 strikes had been detected over that area as a cell passed over the region earlier this week. No other lightning-caused fires have been reported from this storm. Environmentalists and opponents of the Ingalls Superior Copper Mine have achieved a victory in Plumas, at least for the time being. U.S. Copper Corp., the mining company seeking to resume operations at the historic mining site just outside of Greenville, has officially withdrawn its request for determination of vested rights for the mine's application, initially submitted on April 25th of last year. This decision follows the findings of the county's legal consultants, BBK, who concluded that there is insufficient evidence to support that determination of vested vested rights in favor of U.S. Copper Corp. Throughout this process, the community has predominantly expressed opposition to the proposed mining operation. Concerns raised encompass procedural and social issues, as well as anxieties regarding water safety, quality of life, and environmental conservation. U.S. Copper Corp had plans for a significant open-pit copper mine within the Moonlight Superior Copper Project and sought vested rights to simplify the approval process by exempting the company from certain regulations. Yet despite the withdrawal of the application, the company still has some options for potential future actions. The Honey Lake Valley Community Pool needs your creative touch. The board noticed that the pool currently lacks a logo, so they're inviting the community to participate in a design contest hosted by the Recreational Authority. If you're eager to showcase your artistic skills, you can design an original logo that embodies the pool. The only requirement is that your design must feature the name Honey Lake Valley Community Pool. All submitted designs will be voted on by fellow pool goers. The top 2 designs will then be presented to the Recreational Authority Board for final selection at the June 18th meeting. The winning designer will be awarded a complimentary family pass for the entire 2024 season. Submit your entries by May 20th, ensuring your submission includes your name and phone number. The Honey Lake Valley Community Pool has announced its opening date for the season, which will be on May 13th. And that is what's happening today from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties.
Northeast California weather. All right, their time is currently 5:35, and we're going to take another look at that 3-day Northeastern California weather. Outside the studio, it is currently still 49 degrees. Tonight, it's going to have a slight chance of showers. I think the chance is a little higher since, they threw some hail at us earlier, and a low of 34. Saturday, we're going to have some increasing clouds coming on in with a high of 65, and then they'll decrease and we'll drop down to a low of 37. Sunday is going to be nice and sunny for you with a high of 68, clear in the evening, and a low of 38. And Monday, another sunny day with a high of 67, mostly clear in the evening, and a low of 35. Your full weather forecast is found on our website or our app, SierraDailyNews.com, or our app, Sierra Daily News. Don't miss it. Go get it right now. What are you doing? Why haven't you gotten it? Just kidding. Alrighty. So, toxic people. But first,
are we gonna do toxic people or
we're doing this first? Yeah, we had to.
We gotta get another rolling.
We do have to get another one. All right, it's that time. Time to qualify another listener to become eligible to win our next Princess Cruise to Cabo San Lucas. We're drawing our qualifiers from our registrations received at our sponsor locations. This hour, that person is Emily Lewis out of Susanville, and she registered at Diamond Mountain Mini Mart. All right, you have 12 minutes and 40 seconds to call 530-257-8255 to qualify for our next cruise to Cabo. Again, call 530-257-8255. The clock is running, so call us now. Again, we have drawn the name of Emily Lewis out of Susanville, and she registered at Diamond Mountain Mini Mart. All right, good luck from your official vacation station. Boom.
Because Roland is going.
And Emily could be next.
And he signed up at Diamond Mountain Casino because sometimes people believe if you sign up at the same or do the same place, like lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Get your ticket at the same place, you have a better chance of winning. I don't know. But well, anyway.
Hopefully she calls.
Good chance.
In the meantime, we're going to do one of those things where we talk about serious stuff.
Serious stuff?
Just kidding.
We don't get serious here.
I mean,
sometimes we do.
Toxic relationships can be serious. Right. So, but we're going to roll with it. All right. This is how to fix a toxic relationship. 10 ways at least.
How to fix it.
How to fix it. That means you already got one. So, listen up.
All right.
Number 10. Oh, well, if this isn't obvious, seek help if necessary.
Well, yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that, but it says if you're struggling in your toxic relationship, you may want to consider seeking outside assistance. There are many resources that can help you and your partner get a fresh start and improve your relationship. Like couples therapy. Or, dang, if you're already needing couples therapy when you're dating.
Is this for people who are dating?
I mean, it says...
If you're dating and the relationship is toxic, Move on.
It doesn't say marriage. It says relationship, so I think it means all relationships.
Oh, like even friendships, like people, like coworker relationships.
I'm thinking relationships, like two people that are like dating romantically. There we go.
Okay.
Number 9, set boundaries with the other person. It's difficult to maintain a relationship that is unhealthy for both of you. However, you can set boundaries. Boundaries are so important that protect both your physical and emotional well-being. For example, you can give yourself a time limit for being in the other person's presence or limiting your contact with them. Okay. Like we were talking about that kind of yesterday. Is like people need to have their own thing. Space.
Yeah.
It is so important. You can spend tons of time with your person, you know, like if you like being with them and you like and have fun, but definitely have your time apart.
Right.
And if you're like, oh no, because then you need to work on your trust.
Right. Exactly.
Because they have to be able to go hang out with their friends or go play sports or whatever, do whatever they enjoy.
Right.
So.
I think this is more for married people. This is just why I'm putting this out there.
Okay.
Because if they're dating, my advice to somebody in a toxic relationship is
get out.
Get out. Just get out. Move on.
But like maybe they've been in their relationship for like a lot of years.
Don't matter.
And then it turned toxic and they're trying to untoxicate it.
If there's no commitment, move on.
Ooh, that's Aaron's advice right there.
Okay.
All right, number 8, resist your urges to control your partner. Oh. Yeah. That's toxic when you're controlling. Let me see what it says. When you're in a relationship that lacks trust and true intimacy, it is very easy to develop a controlling behavior towards your partner. Because of the fear involved, you might have the irresistible desire to ask a lot of questions about their whereabouts of your partner or their friends. You might even want to influence important decisions your partner is about to make or in general. You would try very hard to make them behave. Ooh, don't use that word, behave, and think in a way that you desire. When you feel like controlling these urges, the best thing to do is to resist them and ask yourself, what am I afraid of in this situation?
See, now they said if there's a lack of intimacy, I think that this is even possible when there is intimacy.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
There's just some people who are very controlling.
Yeah. And they're like, where were you? Who were you with? How long? That's you have to have, especially as you get older, you feel like I can't be controlled, like it's suffocating. Like
it is suffocating.
It's one thing to be like, oh, what'd you do? How'd you have fun? That's different. Rather than you're quizzing them because you want to be like, don't do that, or did you behave like
if you're if you're asking it in a tone.
Oh, the tone matters.
Tone.
Yeah.
Where were you? What were you doing?
Who were you with?
Make sure you get cookies when you go to the store.
What were you doing?
But it's not just, and it's not even and I'm by witnessing other people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've just noticed, some couples, there's the alpha and person in the relationship,
mm-hmm.
and sometimes they just go too far with that. And it's like, and I'm like, do I step in? Like, hey, dude, you need to step away from that relationship.
Sometimes it's women though. Like sometimes the women,
very controlling.
Yeah.
And it's not just like, hey, where were you? What were you doing? It's not necessarily like mistrust. It's just like, here's what you're going to do, and here's how you're going to do it.
And, that would give me like, I don't know. I've gone through a controlling situation. I don't think I could, it's one thing when someone's telling you things because they care about you and they want you to better yourself.
Yes.
It's another thing when they're just trying to,
right.
I can't even put it into words.
Right.
Just give you no kind of space and, tell you what you're going to do and all of that. So.
And sometimes because I do care about people, and sometimes I hear people that are in a situation, and sometimes I have to come back and like, hey, you know what? I crossed the line. I'm telling you what to do.
Sometimes you think that, and it's not true because you do it with me, and I'm like, you're fine.
I'm like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this is what I would do, but I don't know the complete picture.
Yeah.
Only you know what's really going on.
Yeah.
You make your own decisions.
All right.
There you go.
So, number 7, practice gratitude. You got to practice it? You just don't do it?
Some people, they do.
I'm like, you can't just be, okay.
Grateful?
Be grateful. Dang. You got to practice? I guess practice makes perfect. Some
people it's a skill. They have to learn. You know, some people it comes natural. Some people have that natural talent of being grateful.
It says we often take what we receive on a regular basis for granted.
Yes.
And we don't see the value and importance of what our partners bring to our life. Doing daily gratitude, like sharing 3 things you appreciate about your partner before going to sleep, can help to switch the attention from negative to positive and heal our relationship. Lastly, it is important to recognize that what we dislike in our partner is likely something we dislike in ourselves. So we try to control, manipulate, avoid, ignore, or blame others instead of doing the necessary inner work on ourselves. Not all toxic relationships are easy to heal.
Okay, so this goes back.
Okay.
To I don't even know when. Was it yesterday? Was it before? I'm not sure, but it was recent. Where you can do something every day, and it becomes the norm. Say if I brought my wife a bouquet of flowers home every day.
Yeah, then it's not.
Then it's the norm.
It's normal. Yeah.
And then if I didn't bring it, like, oh,
she'd be like, what'd I do?
Right.
You mad
at me? Do? Right. So then, if I wanted to do something, if I really wanted to impress her, well, then I'd have to do more than that. Just that bouquet of flowers every day. So it's you got that norm that you get used to, and you got to appreciate the things that people do for you, even though they're everyday things.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, always realize like how it could be if you didn't have that person. That person's thinking of you when they're doing those things. Just like you think when you're doing something for someone, you're taking the time. They're in your thoughts. You're wanting to do something to make them happy, feel good. So just as much as you want them to be appreciative when you do it, it's the same way, you know.
Case in point, always coming home and there's dinner on the table.
Boom! Look at you.
Going to work. But the other person takes the kids to school. Wakes up, gets them dressed, takes them to school.
Yeah, like
things like that. That's everyday stuff.
Yeah. But I think it's so important that like each person's doing stuff, not just one person. It makes a big difference.
Or the other person's going to a job that they hate, but they do it for the family.
Yeah. Definitely. And a lot of people hate their jobs.
We meet at the bar.
Number 6, get information, tools, advice, and professional support. I mean, if it's that bad that you need all this help and support, it says most people simply don't know what to do. Our mainstream culture is totally ignorant about what it takes to create healthy, highly functioning relationships. That's what it says.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, because we've made things be okay that are so not okay, you know? It has changed. It says fixing a toxic marriage or ending toxic relationship is not easy. Finding an answer to the question, can a toxic relationship be fixed, is daunting.
Okay. Yeah, because in today's society, if I understand you correctly, sometimes with this newer generation, you kind of have to walk on eggshells. Mm-hmm. And that's just, it's just toxic.
And just like, okay, so there was a lady at work, we were talking about, she told me she had, just gotten out of a really long relationship as well. And I said, yeah, this new dating world's something else. And she was like, yeah. She's like, because of all the dating apps. I said, exactly, because you're not some special person someone met and wanted to talk. You're one of many choices. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, oh, this one's not up to my standard. No, this one I'll keep right here just in case. This one, and that's what it's become. And like I had gotten the dating apps and I deleted them all because I noticed that, and I would notice you're one of the options, you know?
Right.
It doesn't feel any authentic like specialness or anything. And I think that part of the dating world has really made it to make toxic relationships, because of the fact you're a choice, and they got one in the back seat ready to go in case you fall out. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I'm saying, and this is multi-generational, because what happened when I was kind of way back when, I met people who I call them collectors.
Oh.
They don't want you. They just want you to want them.
Or they're like, you're really cool, but hold on right there. Let me
Right.
see if there's something better.
Right.
We
Right.
were talking about that today, actually, of like how that we were talking about relationships at work a lot, and they were like, yeah, it's like there'll be guys where they're just like, you're really cool, but hold up, because I think there's someone
I think I
better.
could do better.
I think I can do better, and
Which is messed up.
But I think girls
Yeah.
do it too.
I have no idea.
I think girls do it. I think like both sides do it, but that's because I think it all stems from the new dating world of the apps, and you sit there and you have your whole list, and you can choose from them, and it's just like it's like a number. It's like I don't know. I rubbed me the wrong way, like after a while, and I did, and after I had kind of had some disrespectful conversations, it's like,
Really?
that's not the route I want to go, you know?
Wow.
So,
that your world is weird.
my world's thing, I'm so excited to be in it.
I know. You're a brave young lady. I'm telling you. I'd be like, nope, I'm out. just dig a hole, put me in it. I'm
Dig
done.
a hole, put me in it. All right, let's moving on. Engage in crucial conversations.
Well, yeah.
You have to. The hard stuff.
Crucial conversations.
I mean, I think the hard stuff, the stuff that might hurt, you need to sit down, talk about the important stuff, talk about why things are toxic, you know?
Yes, I agree with that. However, you got to put your defense down.
Oh, yeah. You have to both be like, okay, let's listen to each other.
Listen.
Yes.
And none of this, you did this.
No.
It's like, hey, I feel this way when you do that.
And you need to be like, I hear you.
Right.
I hear why I did that or whatever. Yeah, that's a hard one for people. I mean, because
people get defensive very easily.
Oh, so are you blaming me?
Oh, it's my fault you feel
my
that
fault.
way.
All right, number 4, rise above emotional manipulation and mind games.
I hate mind games.
It says, are you the one playing mind games in your relationship, or is it your partner? No matter who is introducing these toxic manipulation attempts, in order to heal your toxic relationship, you will need to resist both initiating or participating in mind games or gaslighting in relationships. Bam.
Bam. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why people do that. Is it is a manipulation thing? Like I'm trying to get what I want and I'll do whatever it needs?
I think people like to some people self-sabotage.
I agree.
I think they do. Some people, don't realize what they're doing, and they're like they're self-sabotaging themselves from possibly having something good because maybe their past relationships or because they're scared or whatever the reason might be. But I think there's a lot of self-sabotaging.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Number 2, be assertive. Says assertiveness is a great communication skill that will support you in managing your struggling relationship and at the same time help you in improving your connection with yourself, because you have to have a connection with yourself.
Right.
The ability and decision to assert yourself are way healthier going into passive-aggressive behavior that usually causes a lot of damage between you and your partner. Eventually, the partnership spirals into a toxic relationship. Learn about it, practice it, share it with your spouse, and see what it brings to your love life. Bam.
Bam. I mean, that's pretty much, there that is.
And there's number 1. Number 1, listen up. Recognize that toxic relationships are harmful.
Yes.
It says toxic relationships can be destructive to both individuals involved. They can lead to feelings of anger, frustration, and resentment. They can also be physically damaging. The negative impact of toxic relationships cannot be understated. Therefore, it is important to recognize when a relationship is unhealthy and take steps to end it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to know when to walk away.
Yes, like if you're having more not fun than fun, or
sometimes that's just life.
No, but like if it's just constant, like.
But.
Or like if you're having fun or you're happy and it's like boom, like it can.
Like
switch.
they're like other people are like the person you're with is pulling your fun down.
Yes.
Like, oh no, you can't have fun.
Or like if your holidays or every holiday, there's an issue or there's a problem
or your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Or your anniversary. Like, no, you can't be happy.
Yeah, like if every single time you think, oh, well, it's going to be special because it's a special day and it gets worse than ever or anything, that's a freaking toxic.
I've seen that. I don't know why they do that. I'm like,
narcissist. That's
hey,
what
what's going on?
Should we have a whole conversation on narcissists? Because
is it a narcissistic thing?
I think it is, but narcissist. Gosh.
So you feel like you're a bit of a narcissist?
No, I am not.
Oh.
I'm not claiming that at all. Because I can totally say when I'm wrong. A narcissist does this. I go, okay, so you knock your cup over, okay? You knocked your cup over and you go, Amanda, why didn't you do something so I didn't do that?
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I have a different definition of a narcissist.
And they turn everything into your fault. And you're like, what? Like, did I do that? Like, and then people start, like, questioning themselves, like, did I do something? Did I really do something? Should I have told you, like, your cup is weird? Like,
See, I view a narcissist where everything is about themselves. Everything revolves around them. Oh, yeah.
Everything's about them, and nothing's their fault.
They're self-centric. Everything has to be about them.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes.
And you chime in something, and they'll cut you off with a story like, no, I got one better. And it's just always about them and how they're better at everything.
I had a family member like that. Well, actually, it was an ex-family-in-law member. And anytime I'd be so excited to go tell her a story, I'd tell her, and she'd be like, oh, well, this is what happened to when I did. And like, it turned into, like, she upped it and everything. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, really? Every time, no matter what I could have made up a story and she was going to say it happened too and it was better. You know, and I was just like, all right.
Yeah.
Or like I would say how badly I wanted to buy something. I would be like, I really, really want to buy this, but I have to wait. I have to save for it. She's like, oh, she'd have it the next week.
Really?
And be like, look what I got. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. And I'd be like, oh. I stopped telling her things I wanted.
We had a guy who was dating one of my sisters, and no matter what we talked about, he always had a story. Right? So we were talking about, oh yeah, we saw some kind. We assume it was gas in the air, but it made the lights flicker like they were moving around, like UFOs, right? Whatever. He's like, oh yeah, I was abducted by aliens. I mean, he would go way out there, like. So finally, my brother's like, you're a liar. He's like, no, really, look. And then we were talking about how we got into a car accident, and you're like, oh yeah, I went through the front windshield one time. Look, I still have glass pieces in my head. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's so annoying.
It was way over the top. Like that's no way.
Like not even believable.
Yeah, it's not even true. Yeah.
Gosh.
And then even my brother-in-law had a friend that way. He was talking to me. He's like, oh yeah, I had a guy like that. We used to be roommate, and he was like, oh yeah, while you were gone, I don't know. He mentioned some like big major pop star stopped by the house. Oh yeah, he was walking by. He came in the house, and they're like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Oh my gosh, that would be too much. I would be like, "I'm calling you out right now. Give me some proof."
Yeah. So to me, that's kind of narcissistic, where it's always about them.
Yeah.
And it's always better than what you have.
Oh, I hate that. Like, I hate it when people can't give. Well, someone's calling.
Hey.
All right, you're on air with Aaron and Amanda and Aaron.
Aaron, that person is Stan.
I didn't put names out there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no, it's Stan. Shoot, that ain't nothing. It's an acronym.
Oh, Stan. Oh, it's an acronym.
Yeah, shoot, that ain't nothing.
Oh, shoot, that ain't nothing.
Oh.
I thought you were fronting somebody out because I didn't remember the guy's name then.
No. I'm just saying it's an acronym. I know a couple of people like that. No matter what you did, they did something better, badder, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Oh, he's a Stan. Is that how you use it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Stan.
They're a Stan. Yep. Oh, I'm totally using that.
Oh, yeah, we're going to steal that.
Go for it.
Very cool.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Stan.
They're a Stan.
Don't be a Stan.
Don't be a...
I like that one. Stan meant, shoot, that ain't nothing.
Shoot.
No. Shoot, that ain't... Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, that ain't nothing.
Write it down so you don't forget. You're going to forget.
Shoot, that ain't nothing. Because I'm slow, I will forget.
I will forget it too, because... You know what someone said? They said, today, they said, you're almost in a protected age group.
But you're not.
I said, what?
But you're not.
But they put me in it already. And they were like, you guys are in that protected, you're about there. And I went, I wanted to throw something at her. And I said, since I'm in a protected age group now, when I couldn't believe that. I was like, I still got like a year and a half, more than that, till I'm in a protected age group.
You have a few months left to be president of the Cougars. But you are...
You're so funny.
We're talking about Alaska Community College, their mascot.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're the ASB president.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not one of us just yet. You're not in our protected group just yet.
I'm almost there, but I didn't realize it was...
You're not one of our people.
But the girl said it, and I went, well, how old are you? Because I thought she was my age. And she was like 28, and I was like, oh... I was going to say, you're in a protected age group too, but never mind.
Wow.
I was like, do I look like I'm in a protected? I was kidding. Don't get me started.
I thought you were much younger when you started here.
I think I'm aging now.
What do you mean now?
I feel like I am now. I think it's happening. Maybe it's here. No, I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
Oh, man. We aged so fast. The time has gone away from us.
We just aged 1 hour.
We did. Aw, so sorry. I know you guys are going to cry, but like, we promise we'll be back Monday. That's right. It's the saddest part of the day when your favorite show has to end.
But we're working on a 2-hour show.
We are working on a 2-hour show.
We haven't got approval yet.
We're working on it. Send in those emails and those letters. Say, we want them now 2 hours. All right, guys. Well, Aaron's going to be on Swap Shop for me in the morning. And then we'll be back on Monday with your favorite show, Live at 5. I'm Amanda.
I'm Aaron.
We're out.